Yeah.
Check. Yo, it's Mike in the building. All right. What do you say? I mean, do we just roll into it?
What do we call this? Euphony After Dark?
I don't know. That's what I just wrote up on it. just mix things together. Real like no creativity, whatever. I feel like we consider ourselves creatives. It's like just shove them together.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We like we discussed. These are probably going to be just like one-off things, or whenever we're itching to do a podcast, so something we can tap into. But like we're not putting a ton of thought into promotion, marketing, graphic design.
This is for
all
fun.
This stuff. Yeah.
And we hope as many people do listen to it, right? But I just like having fun with it. Like this is fun for me.
Yeah, it's nice to have. I've said it before on other podcasts. It's nice to just kind of have like an organized conversation, and really like open the floor for interesting topics and stuff.
Well, I've been talking about this. Like we should do like a little ep. And I've been talking about that for like what?
Been like a couple months.
Right? So I mean, it makes sense. We're both like working on projects.
Yeah.
You're a little bit further along.
You think? I mean, because you're this actually isn't one of my questions, but originally when we were talking about it, we were talking about coming up with a couple questions to ask each other.
Yeah. And
you mentioned before that we were working on projects. So I was like, all right, we're going to be talking about those things. It seems now like we might be a little more open than that. But what was I going to say? I was going to ask you about your approach to this album because it's different because you're basically putting out pieces of it and then it's more or less going to be like a compilation, right? Or are you working on something new?
No, I mean, I have a lot of songs done, but I think the trick here is going to be, for me at least, is like organizing it, putting it in an order.
Mm-hmm. Are there going to be any unreleased tracks on it?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, because I mean that's a totally different approach than what I'm doing. So like it's hard to gauge how much you have done. I mean, technically you have.
I just feel like you're in the rhythm right now. Like you've been working on it and you're like in the process. And I haven't even really like I have the songs done. I have all these songs done, but I haven't really like dived into the process.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
you what you have ahead of you is my favorite part of making an album is like you said, like ordering it, coming up with a flow. Me and Mark had a bunch of unfinished ideas, and we probably to a degree jumped the gun on that.
Yeah.
And have it like to me, it almost feels like it's done already. And now I'm like floundering and like not working on it as much as I should. You know what I mean?
Well, do you have a release date in mind?
We wanted summer, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Any date, like you were like August, September?
No, I didn't. It wasn't like with Anastasios. I gave myself a deadline, and I think it was good, but that was just it was different. I don't know. I think the like the speed of everything, like the acceleration of everything was just like smooth. A lot of these songs are like older ideas. Some of them we've just done a million iterations of that are like slightly different. So it's just like part of me wants space from it and like to work on something new, but I can't. Like I need to finish it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we need to, for multiple reasons.
No, yeah.
So.
No, I dig it, and I feel like the cool part where you're at is like you're working on it with somebody else, which I think is always cool.
It's super cool. It's super helpful. I mean, it's just someone you can bounce ideas off of, and when you're wondering if something works or not, you just have someone that's honest, that's in the thick of it, that knows what you're kind of going for.
Right.
That can say, nah, don't scrap that, keep that. That's a cool part, or like, dude, like this was better without that thing you added.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know that they have their best, the best interest of the project in mind, because they're part of it, and he's part of it because he likes what I write, and we like working on it together. And it's definitely translated into different sounding music, having two people working on it instead of just me.
No, of
sitting
course,
in front of my computer.
That's how it always
is.
It's
a lot more like jammy, which is
good. So hopefully I can enlist some people to help me, because I wanted to put this out by September.
Okay. How many tracks do you have now? Like what's your goal number, and how many do you have now that would appear on it?
I think I have like 14.
Wow. Okay.
Whatever.
You have 14
whatever's
or you want
on there.
14?
No, I have 14. Like,
so
now.
are you putting all of them on it, or are you picking and choosing some?
There may be like one or two that come off or something like that. But,
yeah, and that's good to have, because we started with 11, and there were two that I like as I was listening to the album. It's hard to say too because they weren't finished, but I was just like, I feel like I want to just hear the song that comes after these, and then we ended up with 9.
Right, okay,
which is great. We've had
no
that
9 is a solid number. Yeah,
it's like mysterious in a way.
Yeah. Have you ever have you ever like done any research on like Tesla?
In what manner? Like, what do you mean?
So he has this there's this quote from him that he talks about how like the universe is ruled by frequencies, and how 369.
Oh, you're talking about Tesla, the person, not the company.
Yeah, no, Nikola Tesla.
Okay, yeah. I've learned a little bit.
Have you heard that before though? That quote from him?
What is it?
Well, he talks about how the world is ruled by frequencies, and how 3, 6, and 9 especially are very, very important numbers.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember why he said that? Like what about
well,
those numbers?
it was kind of enigmatic when he said that, and a lot of people have wondered why those numbers are so special. Some people have said that like those numbers kind of like pop up everywhere when you do math. You
don't think though if you have some kind of lean towards a number, like you wouldn't see it more in things. It's like people always say they see 9/11 on the clock.
Yeah.
Because 9/11 is a it's ingrained in anyone that's lived through it, especially, but even younger generations that have learned about it now. I don't know, what is that, like 20 some years ago now?
Yeah.
If you see 9:13 on the clock, it just doesn't register.
Doesn't register.
Like, what the fuck is 9:13?
Yeah, no. He was talking about more like I guess like geometry wise, and mathematically wise.
I guess. I mean, I like the balance.
There's
of
something special about
three.
I mean, I don't know.
3
really.
threes is a 9. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I like it just as far as like I guess duration and getting into music, learning about the EP versus the LP, and how an EP is like 3, 4, 5, 6 songs.
Yeah.
And then you have this weird place where you have 7, 8, 9 songs. I don't know what that is. I mean, I guess technically it goes by elapsed time of the record, right? It's not technically songs. It's time.
It's elapsed time, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, typically a song is 3.5 minutes or whatever. And then you have your 10 plus is a full length album. So like I liked that middle, like you don't really know how to classify it. I guess that's what I like about it, especially. Okay. And some of our favorite albums, I think. Sure, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like a lot of our favorite albums are 9 tracks.
Yeah. It's a nice point. I think I'm gonna do like 14.
That's wild.
14 or I think 14.
Why?
Like 14.
Just because you have so many, or like was that a number you?
I was thinking about 14, 16, honestly. Just because, well, this album, the title of this album is called Life and Times.
Okay.
So, if this album were my last album, I want it, like,
Why would it be your last album?
Just like if it was, like if I died tomorrow.
I see what you're saying.
Like, if it ended up being my last album.
Legacy-wise.
Right. I want to put everything I can.
What was the title? Life and Times?
Life and Times.
What's behind that title? Where did that come from?
No idea.
Really?
I have no idea.
It makes me. I've been listening to. I think some of the last couple times we hung out, I might have showed you some Nina Simone tracks I've been listening to.
Yeah.
And I followed her Instagram, like it's her. I can't think of the word. I don't know. It's just run by whoever inherited her. I can't think of the word.
Her estate.
Exactly. Yeah. It's run by her estate. And so there's like live performances, like little clips and interview clips, and I love what she talked about when she talked about artists and how they need to. Well, she wasn't like telling people how to write or whatever, but it was like it's an important job for an artist to represent the time that they live in, and I think that's really cool because like listening to her music, she definitely lived by that in my opinion. Like she definitely sang about her time, like when she was alive. And it's fun listening to her music now for me, I think, because things aren't one for one the same as the 60s, but there's a lot of things that overlap and things that are reminiscent, even if they're not even necessarily the same issue. And it makes you wonder if you're writing about the right things. You know what I mean? Like you know, you don't have to box yourself in, but for me, it's easy to write about a girl or like some kind of like failed relationship or things like that, things in the past. But I feel like it's inspiring to think about writing about right now and just kind of like leaving it as like a diary entry or a journal entry. You know what I mean? I think it's really cool.
For sure. I mean, like if somebody heard your music, you know, maybe like 10 years, 20, 30 years from now,
they get a sense of how things were in that moment.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, I definitely see that.
Do you mind if I jump into? I'm probably going to end up doing these out of order. Do you mind if I jump into one of my questions? Because it kind of ties into the 9 track or just tracks in general, duration of things. One of my questions. Let's see. Oh, it's actually my first question. This is perfect. What are your thoughts on long songs? And I'm talking about 5, 6, 7+ minutes. Would you ever put one together? I'd love to. If not, why? If you would, what kind of concepts, sounds would you include? Because, you know, you have a long song. With how do you keep it interesting? Do you think that... So it seems like you like long songs, but...
Well, it's a challenge, right?
It is.
It's a challenge, yeah.
Because you need to keep people engaged. And it needs to make sense with... If it's appearing on an album... You know, why is it long? What, you know,
I really would love. I don't know what's the longest I've done, but it's probably not that.
I was going to say I don't think either of us have really delved into that space. I think I might have approached 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah.
But nothing in the nothing was in my mind like I'm going to write a long song. Like,
yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, I like Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
MGMT also has a few long songs.
Really, you need to really get me on them because
yeah,
I've heard hits.
I think you would really like their second album, Congratulations.
Okay, what year is that? Like 09
2010.
or something?
Yeah.
2010. Oh, yeah. 2010 was a year,
dude.
Man.
That's one of my favorite albums. It's like something that will, you know, it's like a lifetime. Did
you say
Congratulations? Yeah. It's like one of those albums like that's when I graduated high school, you know what I'm saying? And they have like this one song on there, Siberian Breaks. I feel like I want to say it might be like a 9-minute track.
Really?
Or if not 11 minutes. Damn. Something like that. And so I always wanted to do like longer songs.
Interesting.
It's a bit of a challenge.
So how much have you thought about it? I mean, like do you have any idea what your approach would be?
Well, I would that's a good question.
It's hard,
right there. Yeah, no.
But you'd have to tap into songs like that. Like you'd have to think about like, well, what did they do?
Yeah, exactly. So you usually in a song like that, you have like musical changes, like you know the song, maybe the rhythm changes, you know the tempo changes, the what's it called, the time signature changes, stuff like that. You know.
Even like genre changes.
Right. Stuff like that. And, you know, I just, it would be a challenge. That would be fun, though.
It'd be fun to collab on a long song.
Yeah,
Go into it and just like, just, even if it's a single, just like write a long song and like really see like, because, excuse me, I think it's a different process. Yeah. Again, you need to write something that probably is good enough when it's repeated a million times. Yeah. It needs to be engaging. Things need to be dynamic. Things need to change, like you said.
Exactly.
Like
dynamic.
Yeah. And incorporate all these different musical devices and shifts.
Yeah.
But that leads into a second part of that question. So I'm gonna read what I wrote. So it could be a mess, but I've heard and I think it might have been the Rick Rubin on Lex Friedman. I don't know how much Lex Friedman
I was going to bring that up just about 5 minutes ago.
No way.
Because I saw it on my related videos, and I was going to tell you, like, yeah, Rick Rubin did a thing. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah.
Oh, one point, and it might not even be that podcast, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's where I heard this. But they were talking about music. They were listening to music. That's why I think it was that particular episode. But Rick Rubin was talking about some source or like some article or some person talking about how after a certain amount of time, a long song can put the listener into a trance-like state.
I could see that.
So like where, you know, they're much more immersed in the tune and what the song is doing. It's, you know, you listen to a long song, you close your eyes, especially if it's something that is really repetitive, but like expands on ideas and things. Do you think that to some degree that's a real thing? And if you do you think you've ever experienced it before?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I mentioned before, like, I've been meditating. So one of the things that they use in these meditation audios is
repeating sounds.
Well, it's like almost like droning frequencies.
Yeah.
And what happens is your brain picks it up and it affects you. It changes your state of being. It's almost like you can go into like almost like a sleep state.
Yeah.
By just
so
hearing
in a way, I mean, that's if you've experienced some kind of change like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then that's basically I don't want to say like evidence because that sounds like very hard and substantial, but like that might be like a good example of what he's talking about. And it's on a simpler scale when you're just hearing like a frequency or like one sound, but a song can accomplish the same thing with polyphonics, like multiple sounds happening. But if it's repeating, it's creating its own signature, and I guess to a degree, its own like sum of frequencies.
Yes,
so it's kind of the same thing if it's repeating and it's a long time.
Yeah.
Like they were talking like it was a long time, like 9 minutes or something like that.
Yeah,
is where that really starts to take an effect because like you'll feel a difference like when it stops. You know what I mean?
Yes, like
if you're really like in tune, things are like your senses are very sensitive.
And Pink Floyd, Echoes. I don't know if you ever heard that.
Well, yeah, I mean, my next question was, what are some of your favorite long songs, if you have any?
Yeah,
would that be an example?
Yeah, that's a long song.
Echoes. Which album is that on?
It's on Metal.
Really?
MEDDLE.
Yeah. I'm familiar, but I don't know it in and out. But I think my dad likes that album.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really good song. Very, very trippy, and what you're talking about, that's a perfect example of it.
Yeah, Pink Floyd is probably going to come up multiple times,
for sure.
And that's because of things we talk about, but also just influences for you and I. They're definitely a common ground.
Yeah.
And I was everything we're talking about so far. I mean, the nine track Dark Side of the Moon. Dark Side of the Moon has songs like this. Even though they're a little more dynamic, I think, on that album. There's not as many things that are like super repetitive, but in a way, the whole album is kind of repetitive.
It kind of meshes together.
Like a lot of similar progressions and vibes, but at the same time, it's still very vibrant and it's got wonderful moments, all very specific, you know.
No, it's very entrancing. And to your point, somebody had commented this YouTube video one time when I was. I forget what I said, but they were talking about how like rhythm and pitch are the same when you speed it up. So like you could take a rhythm and speed it up, and if after you speed it up,
you'll get a
you get a pitch.
Note. Yeah.
You get a pitch. So
and that's literally showing you frequency. It's like it's how many times is this kick drum
that's
hitting.
Literally frequency.
That's what it is.
Literally. So everything
and it's well, go ahead. I don't
No. That's pretty much what I was
I mean and it comes back to I don't know how involved you want to get into the kind of topics that we talk about outside of this kind of atmosphere, but it's like the conversations we've had the past couple times where we're talking about sound and light being the same thing. They're the same thing. When you talk about it at that level, they're the same thing.
Yeah. And people overlook that.
Yeah,
they overlook
that.
It
depends on how much you think about it. I mean, you don't need to know or think about that very much, but it's intriguing. It's intriguing.
Exactly. Yeah,
and it's stuff that you interact with all the time, like 24/7.
Yeah, I mean, I have some questions that kind of like touch on certain things like this.
You mean like that you prepared for today? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Because it's like, we're so ingrained in society, and we're just so used to the hustle and bustle that we can very easily overlook some of these fundamental questions of our existence, you know, like frequencies and like, you know.
Yeah, that's why I like it's the same reason, like I said earlier, why I like podcasts, because you have this organized conversation. You're like, all right, like, what are we going to talk about? Like, you and I both know that we can have conversations about stuff. It's sometimes it's a little weird when you have to prepare for it, and you're like, all right, like, what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to talk about? But I think that it's good that we have the conversations we have, and people should do that more, where you're just kind of speculating and you're just like it's just wonder. Like I wonder about that.
Yeah, you know, a lot of regular conversation is like small talk, like, oh, you know, how's your day?
And
you know,
even like how's work, and like you know what, like, and some of my questions are like goal oriented and stuff, and that stuff's important too. Don't get me wrong, and I love talking about that stuff. But it does kind of put you in your place a little bit when you think of things even more broad to that extent.
No, yeah, that's really cool. So how do you want to do this? Do we go back and forth?
I was just gonna ask you how many questions you prepared.
I have 10. I don't have to do all.
I have about 10.
I don't have to do all of them though. I'm gonna go probably with, like, you know, the most important first.
I was gonna see what we talk about. Like for that, we just started going on the 9-track thing, and I was like, oh, my first one, kind of correlates to that. And I was just gonna see, you know, if I can make mine flow instead of just like, all right, next question. You know what I mean? And if it happens that way, it happens that way. But, yeah, I feel like I have some not so good ones and some decent ones. But, yeah, I feel like we might have put a pin in that for now. So I don't know if you want to fire one off.
Yeah.
Oh, you got your notes?
Yeah, my notes. My first question that I wrote down is, what cinema has inspired you recently? Because I know you're big on movies, and I feel like you get a lot of influence from, you know, other forms of art.
Definitely. I thought about this question to ask you, and
really?
I'm asking a different form of the same question.
Okay.
But yeah, I was thinking about asking you this, and I was thinking about it for myself, and I don't know. I mean, I haven't been watching a lot. I don't know if I can dance around the question and name a TV show.
That's decent. Yeah. No,
but I mean, really, that's all I've been watching. Like I've been trying to watch less things and read more. Okay. That's my big thing.
Yeah.
That has totally been all messed up in the past couple months.
Okay.
I don't know, just like fell off my baseline a little bit. Not eating as great, not cooking as often, not reading as much, not going to sleep as early as I usually do. But I was watching Boardwalk Empire. I don't know if it would really necessarily be an influence on any art that I make, but it was a fun show to watch, being from New Jersey. You know what I mean? Like hearing like an HBO show, like a big production show, talking about Atlantic City. I love the time period. Like I love, you know me, like I love old stuff. I love the music that was featured in it.
I was gonna say, it's like very reflective of kind of like your jazzy influence, big or you know, like the 50s kind of.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, yeah. This is 20s, which is and some of.
But yeah.
It's a shame because they play a lot of great music, and and there's I don't know if you've ever done this. When you're watching a TV show, there's a website. I think it's called TuneFind.
Okay.
And you can just look up the show you're watching, the season, the episode, and it'll have like someone walks out the front door and this song plays. Like it'll tell you like what song is playing when a thing is happening during the episode, so you can pick out, you know. But all these 20 songs, like they've been covered. There's different renditions and things, and it's so hard to find the original that they played in the show, and even like their official soundtracks are like covers. You know, like forget about it on Apple Music, but even on YouTube, a lot of it's hard to find. Yeah, because I wanted to make like little, like I like to make decade playlists.
Okay.
You know, I have a 70s, like that's my go-to. I love my 70s playlist. Yeah. Oldies, I kind of lump a couple decades together. Okay. But I wanted to make a 20s playlist, and it was there's one song on it. It was impossible.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what the statute of limitations is on copyrights.
Yeah,
but I think once it gets to a certain point.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that should be easier to some degree, because I think most of that's probably free domain.
Yeah, yep.
But it's so old, you know, and people don't listen to it as much. It's not as popular. It's just like, oh, who cares if this isn't available? Damn,
I wonder if they got any bangers.
I mean, there were some songs I really liked, but don't take it from me. You know how I am with older music. So
I mean, because I could appreciate music from the 60s, you know.
And it's just cool
70s.
in general if you're a musician to hear how music evolved. Like, it's like, oh, you hear something in the 20s, you're not hearing very specific styles or like techniques that you hear later on, and it's just like absent, and it's kind of wild to think about, you know, because you're so used to hearing certain things.
Definitely.
You know?
I mean, you can see the evolution of technology and how music kind of like, you know, worked around it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, movie-wise, I'm trying to think. I have downloaded a couple movies recently that I'm excited to watch.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head what they're even called. There were movies I hadn't heard of. I just like was scrolling through new releases. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really watched anything crazy. I've been trying to read more.
Good for you.
Yeah.
No. I think everybody should read more. I feel like most of TV is trash.
Yeah, but
in general, like movies, TV, like when you get that good piece of cinema.
That's what I'm saying, though. Your question points to the opposite, though. Like, there is good, inspiring
great
stuff.
Yeah, great stuff, for sure. But just like the overall, I feel like
trash TV, like
people are just like hooked on that cycle of like, have you started watching this show? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
And so, you know, reading books, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not the path of least resistance.
No, it's not. So
it's more rewarding. You know what I'm saying?
Starting to watch the Boardwalk Empire thing, the TV show, I was like, all right, I'll watch like an episode or two, and then I'll read for like 15, 20 minutes, and then go to bed. Yeah. I never read. I watched like 5 episodes, was going to sleep later. And I was watching Boardwalk Empire, where it's like set during Prohibition, and I'm like drinking whiskey while I'm watching it, dude. Because you can't watch all these guys drinking whiskey and like not have like a nice like low ball glass, some whiskey.
Have you ever watched Mad Men? I'm gonna. This is a quick cutoff. Have you ever watched Mad Men?
I watched the beginning of it, and I couldn't get into it, dude.
Okay, no, respectfully, but it's like that vibe when
it's the same vibe.
Everybody like you're drinking your whiskey.
Yeah.
Probably, you know.
I need to revisit that show. that is a fact.
I was actually on the boardwalk like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
AC?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Don't ask me why. But I was on the boardwalk like 12 a.m.
Whoa! Were you doing a little gambling? You had to. Come on. Why else were you there?
I did a little bit, but
what'd you play? Blackjack, roulette?
I'm very simple. I just hit the machines up. I think that's it, honestly.
Yeah.
But we went to the strip club. That's why we went there.
Which one? I've only been to one, and it is in Atlantic City.
It's the one that Bare Exposures?
That was the one I went to.
Yeah.
I was 18,
and
like my group of friends were all 18, and we're like,
yeah.
we have to see what it's all about.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But anyways,
it was like I had a neutral time. Like, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good.
It was neutral time.
Neutral.
Yeah. No, this time was actually decent. It was actually decent. I had a good time. Like,
yeah.
I was just having fun with it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Watching that show makes me want to go to AC.
Because I be in there trying to befriend the strippers. Like, I'm trying to get cool with them. Like, I was telling them, yo, bitch, you deserve the world. Like.
Oh my god, that just reminds me of Face Mask, dude. The coaster, dude.
I'm done.
That's funny. Yeah, they took my hat when I went, and like they were like
wait,
up
I
on
heard
the stage,
I
like,
heard this
stripping
before.
with my hat, and I'm just like,
she
give me
took
my hat
she
back.
took your hat.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, I have to mention this. This bitch just fucking. She used me as a prop for her fucking show, bro. Like.
Were you up on stage?
Nah, bro. So there was the big stage, and then there was like a little stage like on the side. And this bitch, mind you, she's beautiful. I love her. She said, "Come here." She put my face in her ass, and she smells amazing. It smells amazing.
That ass.
And then she said, lay down. So I laid back down on like the little stage. So imagine like the pole's right here, right? Mm-hmm. So there's like a little stage.
Did she
here.
drop down on you from the top?
Yes,
of the pole?
bro. And then she hit my nuts.
Yeah.
She was like,
yeah.
Pow!
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, I love you. I love you.
Nah, dude. Yeah, when we were there, it was there was a bachelor party.
Yeah.
And this guy,
they get beat up.
I think they had him up there like in his boxers.
Oh my
he was
god.
like,
it wasn't that bad.
He might have been like taped up or like tied up to a chair right below, like at the base of the pole.
Yep.
Strippers are going up to the top of the pole, just like
Yes,
full force of gravity,
that,
just crushing his
And I
nuts.
respect it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, it was amazing to watch, and I was and to my friends, I was just like, if you guys ever do some shit like this to me, I'm gonna be so mad.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't a victim. I was a volunteer.
Okay.
So,
All right. Yeah.
I was like, yes, I'm ready for this. I'm here.
This poor guy, he was blindfolded. They must have got him drunk.
I've
They're
seen
like,
some
take your
pretty
clothes off,
crazy
dude.
shit.
Or like he was probably in the middle of like a.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't do that. You don't want to take your clothes off at the strip
Their
club.
exposures.
Nah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go out like that. You don't want to do that.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
All right, none of my questions have any
any sort of segue.
Wait, maybe. Let's see. Have you had any interesting experiences lately?
Shit.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I guess since I started that, I'll roll into that one. Mm-hmm. Have you had any interesting experiences lately, or interesting input, such as a cool movie, TV show, book, song, etc.? Anything that's inspired you, or anything that was just weird?
I've had crazy dreams lately, you know, because I haven't been smoking as much.
Yeah, I hear that all the time from people, like they either quit or slow down or whatever, and they have crazy dreams.
I like taking breaks. Whenever that happens, I have really interesting dreams.
Do you still remember them? Like, are they still pretty vivid, or like you just wake up and you're like, oh, that was
I've had a few dreams during the last week or so that I do remember bits and pieces of.
Anything you're comfortable sharing?
Sure, yeah. Like I had Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were conversing. Like there was this one dream where
what was the setting?
We were in the studio.
Okay, a studio, or just
no, just a random studio. And it's funny because like I was loading up the session, and fucking like I don't know if I had the wrong memory card, the wrong flash drive or whatever. But
that was like when I brought the wrong flash, or I didn't put anything on the flash drive when I came here that one time.
Yeah, something like that. I was like looking for the flash drive to load the session, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's this other
Kanye
one.
slaps you or something.
Something like that. But it was cool because like I was working. It was like more of an engineer. Like I was like engineering the session, I guess.
That's cool.
And I remember thinking like, hey, you know what? I could probably just also do videography for him. Like overlap that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Did
interesting.
you guys talk?
Yeah, we talked.
Do you remember what you talked about?
There was this one line that I remember that he said, and he was like, yeah, man. When you talk to somebody, look at them at their forehead. He was
really?
like, yeah.
Why? It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because it's like,
what do you think it means anything? Are you doing
I'm
it now?
looking, yeah. Because you don't want to look down.
That's super off-putting.
You don't want to look. Hey,
you look someone in the eye, or like
you can look somebody in the eye, right? But sometimes that's like too intense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you don't look look at me right now. I'm looking past you. You know how crazy I look?
Well, a lot of people don't look people in the eye, so they wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm.
It was an interesting line, wasn't it? Like
that is interesting. It makes you think.
And okay, so it was more like we were we were vibing, like. But I had like a professional mindset. I was like, I wasn't like standing or anything. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, it's Kanye West.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was like very professional.
Yeah, I was like looking at him as a peer, like, and he was giving me like man to man advice, like,
tips.
You know what I'm saying? So that was one. Last night I had this crazy ass dream. Like I don't even know how to explain it, bro. But it felt like I was like I got transported to this dimension accidentally, and I was trying to get back.
That's wild.
So like this real, like what we perceive as real.
You were here by mistake.
Not by kind of like by mistake,
sort of.
But it was like accident that
and
I was like trying to how to get back.
That's weird.
Yeah. I had very like telekinetic powers. And so actually this is there was 2 Kanye dreams in the past like week or so. The second one was even weirder because I was in my parents' house, and like make believe that Kanye had one of these live events where he goes live on the internet,
mm-hmm.
and it's like we're like standing by like waiting for him to come out. And then somebody tries to break into my house, essentially. And it's like weird because like I get these psychic like vibes from him. Like he's like
telling you.
No, he's like this guy's trying to break into my house, and like for some reason something's telling me that he's a psychic. Like he has like telekinetic energy, right? And I you know, I just grip him up with my own energy, and I end up killing this guy. And I actually I remember in my dream I'm like,
how big of a deal was that in your dream?
Well, this guy's trying to break into my house.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's justified.
While I'm like watching like Kanye go live or whatever, he's trying
Don't
to
interrupt me watching Kanye.
Don't do that.
It's foolish.
And I remember thinking, I'm like, damn, if I use this gun, it might be too loud on some real. Like I had a gun on me apparently, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I just gripped him up like Darth Vader. Bro, my dreams have been crazy, man. So
I thought about you today because I almost sent it to you, but I thought the post was weird. But it was that I told you about the Dolly thing, right? The AI thing where you can type in a prompt.
Yes.
One of them was Darth Vader at like a playground. I just thought it was mad funny. I was like, I should send this to Martin. And I was like, this is like actually kind of weird. I'm not gonna do that.
Things are weird sometimes.
Do you we've probably talked about this a million times, but have you tried writing any of those dreams down?
Yes, I did. I have some dreams.
Really?
I just forget. I haven't done it recently, but I did like a few weeks ago. I did have this crazy dream. Mind you, Kanye was in that dream too.
Have you read it since you wrote it? Have you read it back?
Yeah, I did. And
How was that?
I still remember. So
you feel like you didn't even need to read it necessarily. Like it was still pretty
it's
fresh.
cool. It's cool to remember it. It's cool to write it down so it triggers that memory.
Yeah.
Because now I remember the different parts.
You're talking, what is this, a month? Less than a month?
More than that.
Oh, more? Okay.
More like,
I was gonna say because
like
I still have my
ago.
dream journal. I don't keep up with it the way I should, but there's like 30 entries. You know, what I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at. And like sometimes, like when I get in that like lucid dreaming thing, and like I want to try and like attempt it again, which I've only ever lucid dreamed. Like,
I just need to remember to do it. Like,
but it's wild sitting down there reading old dreams because I totally forgot about them. Unless some of them were like very memorable,
and then
like
it triggers it.
Like risking things. That song was written like all about a dream.
Really?
You know, so yeah, that one is burned into my memory.
Right.
You know,
I like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I did, but I have to keep doing it. I forget in the
Consistency is the key, and it's one of the most difficult things to do.
No, yeah, you're right.
But it's even if it like, I think it's just a good thing. Just in general, like regardless of what you're trying to get out of it, like I don't know, I find it super interesting, and I find it healthy in a way, you know.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And it's weird. It's weird how it works. You start writing down a detail from the middle of the dream, and then
you can
and you don't remember anything else when you start. But then you start writing, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember this detail, and it's like becomes a mess. But like you get a decent picture,
and you know that's what dreams are. And then you get that picture, and you get the vibe, and you get the feeling, and it's like, wow, that was weird. They're all weird.
Yeah. No, it's funny because I had a similar dream with Childish Gambino.
Really?
Yeah, we were in like it was like a cabin, but it was like I don't know, there was like a secret like trap door. It was almost like a cabin treehouse. And like I think he was sitting, like we were both sitting Indian style, and he had a notepad and he was just like writing a track. And it was kind of similar. Like we were just like giving each other like pointers. Like I was like trying to help him with a song, he was trying to help me with like whatever I had going on. It was very short, but like it was really cool.
Yeah.
I woke up so upset.
I think those dreams are very I don't know, man. I just don't feel like they're just there for any reason. Like,
well, no, I think it's just if nothing else, it's just showing you like where really like your influences lay and what inspires you. You know, because I think we've had that conversation a million times. I think that Childish Gambino is a big influence of mine, and Kanye yours.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise to me that we've had dreams like that.
Well, it's kind of weird to me, given the circumstances, like what we're doing there, like almost it felt like we were going to battle. Like we were like
together or against each other.
No, together. Like we were like he was getting prepared to battle. Like he's getting ready to go to war, and you know, like I'm there just like kind of like getting briefed.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're part
so
of the
I don't know.
He's filling you in.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it means nothing, right?
It means what you want it to mean. That's the cool thing about the dream journal. Like it's a conversation with your brain. It's like you can think about it on multiple levels, and and I think a really objective level is you're telling your brain, hey, there's this detail that I remember from a hazy place, i.e. like my dream. It's hard for people to remember their dreams. I'm gonna write this down. And what that does is you're having a conversation with your brain and telling it, hey, this is important. I want to remember more things like this. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a bunch of levels to dreams and how important they are. And you can scour them and search for important meaning. And that's the problem, too. I mean, if you really try to find meaning in something, you can find it. You can twist and turn any idea. Yeah. Like concept albums are a good example. Like, You have a starting point. You have 9 songs that are unrelated and like they don't really mean anything. Like you could really try and like thread the needle and make things make sense to a degree. If you still have some wiggle room left, you know.
Damn, I mean that's a whole thing in itself, right?
It is. That is for sure.
Damn.
But that comes back to my question about the Tesla numbers, like. I would need to hear more about that. Like maybe there's actual like substantial reasons why he's saying that, and I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, he was a smart guy, but I think that a person could easily, what's the word, instill importance in anything and justify it.
Yeah, find value in anything, pretty much.
Yeah, but like make it massive and like wildly important with any kind of details they want.
No, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why I had to, I stopped smoking for a bit because of that. That's the only reason why I stopped smoking. What do you mean? Like, just so I could remember my dreams and like vivid dreams.
Yeah. Really? That was like the main reason why?
Speaking of. Yeah. Specifically for that, my mom swears that this eczema will go away if I stop smoking. I don't know how much I believe her.
I don't know.
But for sure, like my dreams, I noticed.
Do you wash your hands a lot?
No.
Are your hands like normally dry?
No. I've had this problem since I was like 20, 21.
The same spot or just in general? Because I feel like I used to get it on like my elbows or something, or like my arms. Yeah, or near my elbows.
I think I have to.
I think I have scars from it. I don't know, and that might have just
your elbows are kind of red.
Bike.
Do you have that often?
I used to. No, like a while ago I did, but I haven't had that in a while. But these scars I think are from like falling off my bike or like my skateboard or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see.
Hit me with one if you're ready.
Yeah. No, I'm ready. Hold on.
Right? Because I just asked you one, right?
Damn, that was a good ass question, man.
I mean, we both basically asked each other the same question.
I got a good one for you. What do you hate most about collaborations?
Ooh. That's a good question. Wow. I can think for a sec. I'll think for a little bit, and if it's taken too long, there's something did pop into my head. I don't think it's really like what I hate about it, but it's something I can say.
One of those Voodoo Rangers.
Yeah, absolutely. Help yourself, man. What do I hate about collabs? I mean, I can list a couple things that are like obvious. Like not collabing and working on something yourself means that you're available when you're available, and you can just do it whenever you're ready for it. The older we get, the more difficult it is to get people together. I mean, that's a cop-out answer for sure. I don't know, because even the things that I think I hate about it, and hate is a strong word for what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like someone collabing on a like featuring on your track, and they do something right, and you're maybe even your first instinct is like, I don't like this, but then for me, I feel like if I do feel that, it immediately turns into, whoa, it doesn't mean that I necessarily don't like it. I wouldn't have done it that way. There's a big difference between those two things, right?
Yeah.
Because that's part of the reason why you have people feature on your songs anyway, because you want them to add what they add, and they're not you, and that's the reason why you want to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What I hate about myself with collabs is
It's a good question,
I don't know. Yeah, it is. It's hard, dude. Because I feel like I have an answer, but it's not blinking lights and like something super obvious.
Right.
You know. Maybe it's not pushing people enough. Like or myself living up to what I should be doing. Like not balancing things as well as they should. Like I don't push people. I do push people, I think, when I collaborate with people to a degree. But I think that there's a point where like I also need to balance anyone I'm working with being comfortable. And I think that if you've ever done sports specifically, some of the greatest coaches are like they're jerks,
right.
To a degree, because they don't care about how comfortable you are. They want you to excel.
They want the best performance.
They want the best I'm good on that, man. Thank you. So I think maybe that's what your question didn't specify whether it was about me or who I'm collaborating with, right? You just said, what do you hate about collaborations?
What do you hate about collaborations the most?
Yeah, I think I was thinking about that maybe yesterday, and I think that's part of what it is. And I'm sure that people that I've collaborated with in the past would feel they would be able to say the same thing about me. Like, you know, I still don't think I've done anything perfectly or as well as I could have, even though music is my biggest passion. Which is like kind of like sad to say that, but I feel like it's true. I've never given anything 100%, and that might be weird to say. I've approached it, and I've had good intentions, but what does that get you?
Well, you know, to your point as far as making something perfect. I mean, I don't know. It's like, you know, sometimes I like to.
I don't necessarily mean objectively perfect. I mean as well as you could do it.
Well.
Perfect subject relative to you. And
I like to leave a little room for things to take their course.
Yeah.
So like sometimes, you know, I wouldn't have exactly what I thought I was gonna get, but it ended up being so good. Like, who am I to say that's not what it should be, you know?
Yeah, and that was, I think, kind of my first point. Like, why would you collaborate with people if you had the exact 100% blueprint and you wanted to just why don't you do it? Like, why would you bring someone else in and pretend to give them creative control to a degree?
Yeah.
That's disingenuous, and it's unfair to you and it's unfair to them. Why would you do that?
No, 100%. Like,
I
don't know.
That's a very interesting question. Can I fire it back at you?
I was about to say, like, if you were to ask me what I hate most about collaborations, if you're not on the same page, which that
like you're just singing different songs.
Yeah, like if you're
figuratively, I mean, like not literally.
Yeah. Well, could be literally.
Yeah, could. That's when you know you're in the swamp, dude.
No, it's just but what I try to do is like work what they gave me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, I always have a great time doing collaborations.
Collabs are great. Yeah, and that's why it's such a hard question to answer, because really, first of all, I mean, if we didn't like collabs, we just wouldn't do them anymore.
My bad. It's like a habit for me to keep passing.
No worries. You know what I mean? Like if we didn't like if
we wouldn't do them anymore.
Exactly.
What I do not
like
they
in my opinion they propel you. I mean, I was telling you how much of a rut I feel like I'm in with this album, and not so much now, but there was a period. It was right before the session here, you, me, and Janessa, and then that same day I left here and I went home and Willie came over, and like it was good because I felt like I was getting things done, but I was also meeting her for the first time, getting into a great conversation about creativity and you know, our approaches. Yeah. And then Willie, someone that I haven't seen in, I don't know, like 8-9 years or something like that. And catching up with him and having like awesome conversations, and then just walking in and just you know, just adding to the album, like just he's basically writing Wonder Karma, the middle acoustic track, like.
But that's, you know, that's beautiful, you know.
Yeah, and it's so special to be able to see him after all that time, and he's just intimately part of like this thing that I'm working on all the time. Yeah, you know, and I trust him with it, you know.
Yeah. No, that's a really dope relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like those sessions propelled me, and I felt like not only did it get me a boost in the project, but like just generally, it's just like that's why we do music in general. You know, like that camaraderie and just understanding it's like its own language. Meeting someone new and seeing someone that I hadn't seen in almost a decade, and just, you know.
No, that's dope.
It's great.
Yeah, I mean, collaboration is key.
Yeah.
You know?
And it unlocks doors in yourself that you didn't know about. And it pushes your songs into an area where you just were like, oh, I wouldn't have ended up there otherwise.
Yeah,
you know, like I wouldn't have even tried that.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think it's definitely like key. It's essential. The only thing is like, well, you know what? Collaboration isn't always the easiest thing to do, but it's worth it.
It is. I think it's worth it, hands down.
Sometimes it could be a little.
And that's why that question is interesting. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
Yeah, I was at work going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since you fired it back, I'm gonna ask you another question.
Do you mind real quick? I hate to do this right now.
What?
I meant to ask you beforehand. Do you mind if we take a quick break?
Sure.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
I meant to ask you ahead of time so that
You're
it wasn't
good.
like
I
this.
don't even know where we're at right now. 52 minutes. That's a good breaking point.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I feel like we'll break through 90 minutes.
Rolling.
And we're back. Took a quick little 15-minute break.
Whose turn is it?
I think it's mine. Is it? We
no, it's my turn.
Right?
It's my turn. No. You asked me that.
What did I ask you?
You asked me that same question.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair.
I'm counting it.
Fair.
All right. When do you feel you're most creative?
Tuesday nights. My work schedule is Wednesday to Saturday.
So when you start,
when I need to fall asleep,
for work like, you know Wednesday. What? I got all these ideas. I'm just get them down.
I've notes, like the app. For right now, it's just the umbrella. Like the title of it is just Soundtrack to Dreams, the album title. So it's just all ideas for that. All of those entries were like Tuesday nights.
Nice.
Pretty much. Or long drives. For me, I don't really, you know me, I'm a homebody. I don't really leave my house that much. But I do have long drives for work sometimes. And I mean, long is subjective. I mean, it could just be like 30 minutes to an hour. But I'm in my head a little bit. Start thinking through some concepts, or like a new idea will pop through, or like I'll hear like an article in the news that's like about something, you know, really interesting about the future. And I'm like, oh, like I wonder how a storyline could, you know, and then something emerges.
Interesting.
Or I'll listen to a song and I'll be like, all right, like I love what they did there. Why did I like that? The
concepts start to come to you.
Yeah, I'm only focused on just driving and being safe, obviously, and then everything else is just all of it's audio. I mean, I'm just listening to things, or sometimes I'll drive with nothing. Like I won't have a podcast on. I won't have news.
I've been doing that recently.
That's
bro.
Nice, man. And that's what the comment you said outside about you know, paying more attention to birds or like just animals in general. Like that's probably part of why you're doing that when you turn things off and you're like, okay, like I'm driving, I know how to drive, I can be pretty safe and still like have my peripherals, like I can check things out, scope things out, and you're just much
noticing
more aware.
Shit. Yeah, no, I still definitely bump music, but like it started as like when I was like I would just work, hours in the studio, work for clients or whatever, and then when I basically I want to take that break from audio, so it started like that. I would enjoy that quiet ride home. You know what I'm saying? Like my ears were resting and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But you also get the ambiance, like the ambient sound. Of just outside.
And like you said, notice stuff.
That's true. I just added something to Legacy. It's the last track on the album, and I've been wanting to include this sound in. I'm going to see if you can guess. Okay. It's similar to what we're talking about.
Okay.
It's not a natural sound, so I'll give you that.
Okay.
But it's a sound I've always wanted to incorporate, like in the beginning of a track or something. I know that's probably not a lot to go off of.
From where? Like, okay, give me something. Give me what kind of sound? What's it?
It's specifically this sound I like when it sounds like it's, in the distance. And I can give you more if that doesn't help at all.
It's a sound effect or like an instrument?
The thing that produces it is mechanical.
Damn, that's a what could mechanical? It's man-made.
Mm-hmm.
It's man-made and it makes this sound from a distance. A ship?
No, close.
How
else can you transfer goods?
Oh, plane.
No, but
truck. Train. That was the fourth one.
Like a train horn in the distance.
Okay. Yeah.
I put that in the beginning of Legacy. Like I've always loved that sound, and I was telling Mark about it, obviously because we're working on the album together.
Interesting.
And he was like, "Yeah, that reminds me of my childhood. Like it's a nostalgic sound." And we were talking about like where we would have heard that stuff, and we were both near train tracks when we were kids.
Really?
Yeah, he was on Strawberry Ave, right near the boulevard.
Guess what?
You were too?
Yeah.
I was on Oak Road, right by Oak and the Boulevard.
No fucking way. I was on Landison Boulevard.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. At night, you're
yes,
young,
you hear
trying
that
to fall
shit.
asleep,
You hear that
traffic
shit,
and trains.
That's beautiful. What the fuck? That's fucking beautiful
Isn't that
as
such
shit.
a nice sound?
That's crazy. Yeah. We were wait. So you were on Oakland Boulevard.
Close to Oakland Boulevard.
Where was he at?
He was on I think
Strawberry
Ave between Delsey and the Boulevard. You need to be near the Boulevard. You don't need to, but that's the tracks run down the Boulevard.
Bro, I was right on Landison Boulevard, bro.
Yeah. No, I wasn't on the Boulevard, but also like I mean it's loud enough you can hear it in the distance.
Funny as hell.
Yeah.
Bro,
I remember specifically.
Bro, that's kind of poetic, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice callback, but when you hear it, like I feel like everybody hearing a train in the distance,
you're
at night,
out right now, bro.
At night, like it's such a nice, like soothing, comforting sound for some reason. Like I don't know.
For some reason, it is. I would sleep in the living room sometimes, it would be so.
Do you think it's unique to like people like you, me, and Mark, where we were growing up near a train, or do you think that it's objectively something that people would find soothing?
Well, I don't know about the memory. Like, I don't know. Like, if you played a train, I don't know that I would find it soothing. But at the time, I don't know. It just did. It felt.
But also, it could depend on your childhood too. I mean, if you had a not so great childhood and you're associating it with childhood, like, is it that answers that question to some degree? Is it an objectively soothing sound, or is it something that that creates anxiety and like fright?
It's funny if you ask me that, like, a train sound isn't particularly pleasing.
I think it is.
Right now?
Yeah, like
if you played it.
I mean, like, because it's basically like a droning note. Like, it's like a kind of smooth sound.
You mean not the horn, right? Just the...
No, I'm talking about like a horn specifically. That might change the whole thing. That's what I'm talking about. Like hearing a train horn in the distance.
I mean, like I said, like, I would enjoy it at night.
Let me see if I can. I'm gonna pull up the beginning of the song and see if I can play it into the mic.
Yeah. I feel like I enjoyed it, but
this is what I'm talking about.
That's funny. it's only good because I attach it to that memory. But by itself, it's not good.
Really?
Yeah, nah. If I saw that, like, look, when that train,
Okay, so it's nostalgic.
when that train comes at you, you ever get caught behind a train?
What do you mean?
Like I don't know if you
Like
drive
when you're at a
in
four-way
Landis,
and
no,
the train's coming by and
in
you're like,
Vineland, if you're on Landis or if you're like coming down like Chestnut or Park and Park actually. Not,
you're saying
not
you're at the light and the train's going by and you're like, oh my god, like, yeah.
Bro, you don't like that noise?
No, but I was
good.
About a horn
that was good.
in the
that was
distance.
Good. That is nostalgic,
right?
Yeah. Yeah, that
but
was
I mean,
there.
I don't know. I would even argue that the track sound is nice.
You like it?
But again,
play it again. Can you play it again? Sorry.
I hear it. It's not very loud, unfortunately. But I think you also have to be in the right. Yeah, I mean, if you're in traffic and it's holding up, like you can't. Now you have to wait 4 more minutes to get where you need to go. It's like annoying. But at night, everything's calm.
Interesting.
I don't know. I mean, this is shitty too because it's coming through my
phone. No, yeah. I mean,
but
that's interesting. What was that?
What was that question? What was that question initially? Did we go off on a wild tangent? Or?
What was your question that you asked me?
That was yours.
My question was. Wait, no.
Yeah, because we were like.
What do you hate most about collaborations?
No, I was asking that. Where the hell did that come from, dude? Because I thought it was my turn, and you're like, no, you fired it back at me. And then you asked me something.
That was
right?
It.
Or did we just start talking?
Oh, no. I said, when do you feel most creative?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh.
We're shot out. We're done, so.
That's a good question, dude.
It's dumb.
Damn.
How did we get to that?
This is your question, bro.
I'm not even gonna. We'll listen back to it. I don't even.
No, it was. I remember you asked me.
No. It wasn't my question, but. All right, yeah. Your turn.
All right, yeah, I got you. All right, so I watched a video on YouTube today from the Vsauce channel. Are you familiar with Vsauce?
No, I'm not.
I think you'd like that channel a lot, honestly. It's dope. This particular video was titled "Did People Used to Look Older?"
Did people used to look older? Shit.
And what he uses as examples are like old yearbook photos of like kids in high school in the 70s, and they look like they could be your dad. They're like 30, like 40, like.
I would have to see examples because.
Yeah. You never thought that?
You know what? Me personally, I feel like we as a generation do look younger.
So it's the same exact concept.
But I don't know if that's just us being like biased and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
so he breaks it down as like, all right, so there's probably some truth to it, but a lot of it is probably an illusion, right?
Yeah.
So the illusion part of it is like he cites this guy that takes a yearbook picture in the 70s with this outfit, and then the next year he accidentally wears the same outfit, and he's like, oh shit, like, you know, like it's like, oh, like I goofed or whatever, like he looks like silly. But then his wife or like I guess his girlfriend or something at that time was like, just wear it for every single picture now going forward,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, make it seem like you did it on purpose.
Yeah.
So now you have this like they show all of his pictures. And I guess he was doing like yearly photos even after he was out of high school, just to do it. And he's wearing the same exact outfit. And you start seeing like he's dressing like an old person, quote unquote, but he's dressing like he was in that time period, in that style, like when he initially got that outfit.
Right.
So like those styles and like attributes you just associate with old people, but they were like the things that they gravitated to or like latched onto. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I'm explaining it poorly.
Their style was
kind of like just locked into a place.
Right. And you associate that with being old. Yeah. No, I get it. That could be. Look, I feel like it's partly bias, I'm sure.
You think social media has anything to do with it? I think it does.
You know, somebody gassed me up the other day. They were like, they asked me where I went to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, work. They were like, do you go to college? And I was like, well, how young do you think I am? And she was like 22. I'm like,
dude,
22. Okay,
that's amazing.
I was like, I like you. 22.
I'm
baby.
only 19.
Yeah, actually, you know what I'm saying? Well, I get carded from now and again.
I do sometimes.
That's good.
Not a lot.
I feel like, I don't
Not
know,
since
man.
I started growing this piece of shit beard.
Maybe we, I like to keep it, short. I trim it. But maybe we take better care of us. I don't know. You would like to think, right?
No. That's generally one point he makes in the video. Help yourself.
Yeah. Oh, well, damn. I was like, damn. You know what? Let me grab this other one though. Sorry. Hold that thought. I'm gonna grab a few.
Yeah, bring the whole thing out here, dude.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to find a way to get a Philly. I'm gonna tell my sister to, go drop me off and shit.
Drop me off in Philly.
We do not condone drinking and driving here at the Euphony After Dark podcast. Just making that clear. So,
Euphony After Dark in the building.
All right, what were we talking about?
Did people used to look older?
Yeah.
So I forget. I was gonna make a point, and I can't remember what it was.
Something?
Oh yeah, no. What you said?
Oh, we take better care of ourselves.
Yes, and that's definitely part of it. I mean, like he in the video, he mentioned just like sunscreen, like something simple like that.
That's
Thank you. I don't know, just like taking better care of your skin, like learning, like research being done on food, and like all these things over time like seem so subtle and small, but they do stack up. And like one point he makes in the video is like, it's not like 60 is the new 40, it's like 60 is the new 56. It's like a subtle change.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But it does that on top of the like illusion aspect of it. Is enough to like see old videos of people in like 60s, 70s, and you're just like, dude, that guy was in high school.
They looked old, right?
Yeah,
like, a little bit. I don't know.
Middle age.
Maybe there's something to it, bro. I would say like I'm thinking right now, like I could easily visualize when I was like 12 or some similar age, 8 even, and I would look at my dad and I knew he was 36. And it's like thinking about it now, I'm like, wow, I'm about to hit 36 in well, 6 years, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm totally way more younger than he was at that point.
It feels that way,
you know
and I think to some degree that it's kind of true.
Yeah.
But I think social media, and this wasn't, I don't know if they mentioned social media in the video, but I think social media might have a play because it connects people more. And a lot of his point is like, you're younger, you fall into styles and trends and like
quicker.
You just become who you are like around middle school, high school. Like you fall into like a lot of this.
That's
stuff.
true.
Don't get me wrong. You still learn more and you adapt, but that's a big like
there's
foundation.
More information.
There's a big foundation for your life, and like a lot of that stuff, like it's definitely harder to break, and people definitely change from that time period, like no doubt about it. But like it's harder to break than a habit that you have basically any other time in your life. So I think that social media doesn't allow you to ignore those things and those styles and those I don't know, just things about your character and your personality. Like you're constantly exposed to those things that are adjusting people, basically.
That's trends.
And styles, and influencing people.
Yeah.
It's like I'm phrasing it hard.
I got you.
But you know what I mean? Like we're more connected to that, and I think in your 30s and 40s, you normally without social media, that's something you would kind of like distance yourself from, and you're like, all right, you're your person.
You start to date yourself.
You do the things you do, and that's it. But social media, I think, affects that, and I think it pushes it further.
For sure.
By a decade or two, and you're still around. You're still exposed to things that can change your personality for more. Like, for
I can dig that. I get what you're saying. Like you're more exposed to the current trends and stuff like that. Yeah. Exactly. I feel like we, especially as creatives, are like very, very like, cause like if you're on the cutting edge of music, you know, a regular person at a certain point, they were just focused on the jobs, or you know, you got your family, you got your you know, your kids, you know, whatever. So that becomes your prime focus. Like I asked the other day, you know Angel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Angel and his wife Diane, right?
Yeah.
Neither of them knew who what's this girl's name? Damn, this bad bitch, man. Who's dating Don Toliver? I just know that.
I have no idea.
Don Toliver girl. Bro,
So
this
funny,
girl,
I have no idea.
bro, she's bad as fuck, bro. Kali Uchis. You know Kali
Who?
Uchis? Kali Uchis. Here, look, I'll bring her up.
Oh, that name is familiar.
Look, you know her, bro. I'm pretty sure you would know her because she's very popular.
Is she a musician?
Yeah.
Did she do a track with Tyler?
Yes.
Yeah, I know she is. Something about the storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
Exactly.
song.
Me and you were like Kali Uchis. Yeah, we know Kali Uchis. Of course we know who Kali Uchis is. She's a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Smoking hot, and she sings really good. Okay, they didn't know who Kali Uchis was. They was
Well,
like,
to be fair, I mean, like I
they're
didn't know
not-
her by name. It took me a second, but
yeah,
I do know.
No,
who she is.
but even still, you know who she is.
Mhm.
She's a pretty big presence at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
saying like, you know, so they didn't, and the reason why is because
They've got other things going on.
they got
Do
shit going
do
on.
they have 2 kids?
Damn, you broke the news on the air.
No, I didn't know. How would I know? I was asking. I know that they have 1 child. I didn't know if they had 2.
Oh, shit.
You broke the news. Not me. I didn't know. Let's cut that.
Hey,
Cut that.
They'll live. It's all good.
Cut that.
But yeah, they didn't know
so sorry,
who
and
Kali Uchis
congratulations.
was. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's foolish.
to me, anyways, at the time, it was like, bro, what's going on? Like, but bro, the reality is that we're a lot closer to the trends, and we're a lot closer to, you know, all, you know.
I was thinking about that with Rick Beato the other day. This dude is in his like 60s, and he feels young to me, even though I can see that he's like substantially older than me.
Music keeps you
But
young.
that's the exact thought that I had in my head when I was watching it.
Music keeps
Big
you
time.
young.
Yeah,
for sure.
he had the prolifer. Oh my god, I'm gonna butcher that band name. The band I was showing you. I'm not even gonna. Polyphia.
Polyphia. There you go.
He had the guitarist from them on there, and he was talking about Goat, the first track I showed you, and they were talking about the trap influence, and it's cool seeing like Rick like appreciate like I think trap. Looking back, trap is gonna be like a pretty important stepping stone, like a pretty important
definitely
genre.
I could definitely see that.
And it totally laid the foundation and the framework for that song.
Mm.
Like it still is their style, and
yeah.
definitely like that prog rock. But like there's so many other things.
That's
in
the
there.
beauty of it, especially right now. When we go back to the rate of information being exchanged is like
exactly,
bro. It's like what?
Yeah,
and it's it happens across the board. So like the way music is being ridiculously cross influenced at this moment is like the same thing in boxing, you know, because people you're just not like before you would have certain regions in the States or like around the world, certain regions would have certain boxing styles because that's what they were taught.
Yeah.
But now with the internet,
they're all molding
together, and like you have Mexican American style. You could say like people, you know, influences in Mexico or like influences from America, you know, like Detroit, Philly. You know what I'm saying?
They're like dialects instead of languages.
Yeah, pretty much, and everything is like, you know, commingling, like you said, which is beautiful.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I think that a lot of things are heading that way. I mean, yeah, look at music. I mean, I know that's what we were just talking about, but like I don't know, putting it through that same lens, it's doing the same thing, and like that band specifically. I'm sorry, it's just something I've been hearing recently. Like,
Polyphia.
But Nina Simone, like listening to her in the '60s was similar. I mean, she was classically trained, and then she entered jazz, but it was also right when rock and roll was birthing. Like it
definitely.
She mixed all those things with like, and she had sounds from the '70s, very soul oriented, like gospel, Like I don't know. Like she in a weird way, for me, like from based on what I've been listening to lately, her and that band Polyphia are very similar. Even though their music is obviously totally different, production values different.
Conceptually, they're very similar.
Exactly, and like that melting pot of genres is the same idea.
No, yeah, and you know, I don't want to drag this on too long, but I definitely use that same concept, you know, when I'm trying to, you know, make my own music.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
You're a great example of that. Trap Corridos.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
So let's see here.
Not even just not. No, hold on, real quick. I want to just one more note on that too. Trap Corridos isn't even the only example of that. Like the only like super obvious example of that.
Yeah.
I think that you mix hip hop and rock very well too. I want to give you that too.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. I definitely like,
because like I said, Trap Corridos is true, but it's also like much more obvious because it just slaps you in the face with the name and like when you listen to it. But I think there are much more subtle examples of hip hop and rock in
I think ever since I started like releasing albums, it's always been that sort of, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a rock and
I think that's generally your vibe, and I think that's what I would like to do more of. But I think that's why we've always jived so well.
Yeah, well, I just like progression, you know what I'm saying? Like in the music, you know? I like trying new things.
Yeah, and hearing like,
so it makes sense, you know. I think that's why we've always worked well, you know what I'm saying? Like with each other, like we're talking about new stuff, you know what I'm saying? Trying new stuff out.
Absolutely.
And it's funny because I had this one question that was it said what role has the internet played in your creative process, which is like what we were just talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's endless. It became my creative process, really, to a degree. It did. Like say if you think about it, like
it's your information.
As simply as like if there's a movie that inspired me, I got it from the internet. Like it's
exactly.
You know, but
we're at a crazy point in history. I think it's like with the rate of information being exchanged. It's like these us we. Yeah. These kids. I was going to say these kids, you know.
That would be a good realization and a good subject matter for what I was talking about earlier about what Nina Simone was saying, like writing about having access. Excuse me. Sorry if I'm making a lot of noise with the stand.
No, you're good.
Having all that access to that information. Like that itself is interesting to talk about.
No, yeah. I have this one question here. This is a good question, and then it'll switch it up a little bit.
I like it.
How has your outlook on life changed in the past 10 years?
10 years. What happened in 10 years? It's 2022, 2012. Outlook. Generally, like just outlook on life. On my life, on humans' life,
this journey that we're on right now.
It's a very broad question.
A sojourn. I don't know. I just learned that word.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's a good word.
Sojourn, a temporary stay. That's a beautiful. That's
great
beautiful,
word.
man.
Yeah, yes,
we're on a temporary stay here. We're here. We're experiencing.
But are you asking me that about my life, or are you asking me about how I feel about like humans? Or just existence, like what, you know what I mean? Like
no.
Because it's a general question.
Your journey that we call life.
My journey.
Yeah.
How's my outlook on my life changed in the last 10 years? Is that what you're asking?
On life, on the experience that we're having here. We're having an experience here.
Well, I mean, a lot of my big changes have been very recent. I mean, I think.
So, I mean, like, what did you think of this all when you were like, you know, 8? How old?
Are you talking like 10 years? 10 years ago?
Yeah, 10 years.
10 years ago. So I was 22.
So you were 22.
Yeah, it's totally.
You
different.
were just out of college.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think of life in general?
No, I was still in college.
And like
I was still
your
in college.
concept of life.
I was still in college. Oh, dude, I was in college.
Yeah.
I was drinking and smoking for a living.
You were having fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely thought about things and had thought-provoking conversations with people and was creating and was making music for sure. None of that has changed.
Yeah.
But I think at some point I got even more independent. Well, I definitely got more independent because at that point my parents were helping me with rent where I was staying at college. Gotcha. But so yeah, I've definitely gotten more independent. I've gotten more serious, and a lot of these changes were in the past like 3 years max. Getting more serious about my finances and more specifically retirement or early retirement, and actually being able to do whatever, like not whatever I want, but like the things
freedom.
Yeah. I don't want to not work. I don't think that that's not the consensus of people in general. I think people want to work, but I think people want to be able to look at the thing they worked on and feel pride. And I think that the jobs that are available to the general population don't provide that. So work feels like something worse than work.
Like slavery.
Yeah.
Damn near. It's not as bad, but...
Yeah, I mean, they're hard to compare. But yeah, it's something worse than working and feeling pride in your like, it's, I don't know.
It's definitely not.
It's when you're making something like that, that's the best thing. And when you are interested in it and you know that it's going to help people or make some kind of progress, that's the best. And I guess you could still do that for an employer, but if it's, I don't know. There's so many things to be wrong there.
I'm actually gonna ask for. Well, I'm not gonna ask for it. I'm gonna raise my rate on my employer right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are doing that, man.
Yeah. It's important to know your worth.
What are you gonna do if say I'm your employer and I'm like, what? No. Why do you deserve this?
They're clients to me now.
Okay.
They're clients to me now.
So it's like,
luckily,
it's not the same relationship.
It's not the same relationship. And luckily, I've done a good job with what I've got going on. And, I've invested enough money into my own brand where I can do that. Because, it's just not worth it for that, at a certain point,
There's definitely a point.
But what was the original point with this, with the jobs and shit? What were we talking about?
How my outlook has changed.
Oh, okay.
So there was a period in there. Oh, sorry. Did you have a point?
I had a I just.
You just want to get us back on.
Yeah.
Track.
I just want to see that. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big part of how my outlook changed. I started thinking
financial.
I started thinking more about the future and how I could make sure that I will be comfortable in the future.
Yes,
but then that also, if I get really good at that and can make that number, closer to my age now, aka early retirement, then I can actually focus on things that I really care about. And an end goal of mine would contribute to society and help people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in a an open-minded, like, it's not like super direct, but I think it actually could be. But I just that was definitely a big shift in my thinking in the past 10 years.
Nice.
Another thing,
I love it.
Another thing was, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole with this too much, but just sources of information, how I approach conversations with people, whether I agree with them or disagree with them.
That's good. That's progress. That's evolution.
I want to lean into both of those. I
love that. Yeah.
I mean, it's better in my opinion, and I think personally it's the healthier way. Is you should enjoy conversations where you're on opposing views a little bit more. It's what do you get out of talking with somebody that you agree with?
Right.
Like to a degree. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, it's a pleasant conversation, but like, what do you get out of it?
I agree, bro.
Like, you're preaching to the choir, all that nonsense.
I agree.
Come on, like, challenge yourself a little bit. Not bite your tongue, but like, I don't know. And again, this is approaching political talk. I don't want to get into that stuff at all. But I think that you should just try and be a little more open-minded about things. That was something I tried to focus on in the past 10 years.
No, that's good. That's good. You want to learn. You want to learn from people.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. Is like I feel like it's very, it's very realistic to think that you could learn something from everybody. So
Absolutely.
I dig it. That's good. Yeah, man. I was writing up the hard questions. You know, like I was just like truly trying
Your
to
questions
test.
have been fantastic.
I was just trying to test your mic. You know what I'm saying? Like just really see where you're at.
I have a simple one for you.
Oh, well, let's get it.
Is it my turn?
Yeah,
is it my turn? Am I stepping out of line?
No, it's your turn.
Is technology the opposite of nature?
Oh,
Like
I don't think so.
What's the word?
I don't think so.
Like exact opposite. Are they on total opposite ends of the spectrum?
Nah, you know what's funny? I think that they're just an extension of each other.
How?
Because it's natural for us to do, to invent this technology. You know, it's just part of our expression, this universal expression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I honestly I didn't have any kind of I didn't have any kind of feeling about this question.
Yeah,
I just liked that it was like a balanced question, and it's something that's thought provoking.
It's very
So like that, like coming into
I never thought about it until you brought it up.
Yeah,
honestly.
and it's weird because Anastasios was basically about that, and I didn't even approach it thinking that way.
Yeah,
like
interesting.
I tried to present it that way.
Yeah.
I think that was actually what I was going for, but like I didn't really think about whether that was like actually how it was in real life or not.
That's really crazy. I never thought about that before, bro.
But I get what you. That was my first thought too. Is like, well, we're humans. We naturally evolved to our form, and we created technology. So to some degree, technology is the natural progression of things. But what if life didn't include humans? For instance, like what if the dinosaurs what if the dinosaurs didn't get wiped out and then humans never came along? Like
this is a tough one.
Would they develop technology? Like maybe they could have, and it depends on how you define technology. That's another thing too.
Yeah.
Can we get on the same page as far as what we define technology as?
Well, okay. Technology was like anything electronic.
Oh, really? Okay, I would go more broad.
Wheel.
That's not electronic.
No, I'm saying like, is that what you're saying?
Oh, you're guessing what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think technology is like a process.
Yeah.
That makes
a
task. Listen. Technology is the process of making a task easier.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I think it's like one and the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one and the same because.
But at some point, I think what you're defining technology
that's
as,
the obvious. That's the obvious route is like
electronics. But
right.
they fall under the umbrella of what I'm saying. But like you said, like a wheel, I think is technology.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But that's not electronic.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But I would consider that technology.
Yeah. We're on the same page then. We agree on the definition of technology.
Yeah. I mean, like, because.
But then, do you think monkeys are capable of creating technology? Because under that umbrella, I think they are.
Yeah. Yeah, they're smart. But you know what?
So what?
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I'm sorry to cut you off. Here's the thing. The gap of intelligence between us and everybody else is so large. It's kind of not the same. You get what I'm saying?
Hold on, but what was your original? I know I'm going to sound really dumb right now.
Well,
I'm backing up like 3 steps. What was your original stance?
That
they are not opposite, right?
They're not opposite. No.
And I think we're making the same point, right?
Is that how you feel? Yeah.
Yeah. No. We're agreeing. We're agreeing.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Like a monkey can come up with some technology to make something easy. Like that's a natural occurring phenomenon. They're not polar opposites. They're almost like right next to each other.
No,
basically, right?
I mean, look, I think we're just the process of evolution. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're that advanced.
Yeah. Well,
apparently.
I don't know, man. I feel like we kind of squashed that question. Honestly, I think.
So it's my turn.
Yeah. I think that I thought that could have gone further, but we both agreed on it.
All right, we're nearing up on 90. We could do. I guess
you call it, brother.
2 more.
You call it.
All right, hold on. Damn, I asked you all the good questions. Wait, what? Do you have any other good questions? Just out of curiosity, like, you know.
Do I? I have a decent one, but it's not as deep as the one I just asked you. I have a couple like quips. Like they're not like super deep.
I'm curious.
All right. Here's one.
Yeah.
Which is the most generally influential Kanye track? Not influential to you. Generally, what is the most generally influential? Not best. What is the most influential Kanye track generally? I know it's a tough question, but I wonder if you could piece something together there for that.
Like that artist wise, like he's
basically influenced the art or music or.
But is it a Kanye produced track or Kanye? Is Kanye West track?
A Kanye West track.
Okay.
Not just produced.
Okay.
No, like a Kanye, like it appears on a Kanye West album.
Most influential, right? Okay. You know what? Damn.
Is it something early?
I would think, not for nothing. I would think it's "Say You Will."
Which album is that? That's probably a stupid ass question.
808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah? I thought you would say something from that album, and I haven't even. This is gonna sound dumb to anyone listening, but like we talked about this the other night. I haven't listened to 808s front to back. I've never have. I've heard plenty of songs from it, but I haven't listened to it front to back.
Yeah,
and that might even be like
you said generally influential, like most probably like you will hear the influence.
What's the song called?
"Say You Will." 808s and Heartbreak.
Where the hell's that question at?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I like that.
Right?
I'm glad you asked that.
And it's quick. Like we don't have to get like crazy with it, but I also need to hear it before we could have a. Wait, I'm sorry. "Say You Will," right?
"Say You Will," yeah.
I don't know it by name. I might have heard it. It's probably embarrassing to say, but.
Shit. What do we got here? Yo, dude, you gotta
You want a brusky?
Yeah, I got some, but you gotta open yours, man.
Oh, true.
I got a question for you.
Hit me with it.
What are your business goals for 2023?
Ooh. Business goals for 2023.
That's for you, man.
Oh.
That's for you.
Oh, that's right. I saw a little bit of this, my bad. I'm looking over there. You got nothing.
No, I'm about to go get one. But,
business goals.
Yeah.
Business goals. The idea is to purchase an investment property this year.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it bleeding into next year. But whether or not it does, the plan is to buy a property a year. So even if this property gets pushed into 2022, buy another. Boom. No, but 2023. Yeah. Buy two in 2023.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
Nice.
Probably not. I mean, the way that things are happening, but.
Bro, I would just say like you got the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? You got the right idea. Like
you start.
And you don't let anything deter you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's well. Don't get me wrong. I have doubts. I think about things all the time. But really, building wealth starts with real estate.
Yeah,
the way that the country is.
I don't think you could go wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
With buying property.
Depends on how you're doing. There's a million ways you could go wrong.
Well, if you're buying properties to rent them out, it's very little. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
We want to do short-term rentals in like vacation areas like Poconos and stuff like that. Or like
you know
the
shore,
saying? But the shore is
that's a good safe bet. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is like. When you're talking about the outlook shift and stuff, and like for me, like getting financially sound or whatever, like early retirement, like my natural thing was to go towards stocks, and I'm glad that I did because it opened all these doors and I started learning more about other things. But really, like what you should be doing is investing in real estate first, and then with money that you're getting from real estate, invest in stocks. Like stocks should come second.
No, yeah, for sure. Real estate is a much safer bet. In my opinion, it's just a more lucrative bet also. Yeah. So it's just like, it makes sense. A little bit more...
but there's also... I don't want to get too deep into this stuff, but I do just want to say that businesses and investing specifically in real estate our tax code is designed to incentivize those things. Mm-hmm. So that's why... There's all this controversy, and look, I mean, like we can get into all the taxes things. Like there's, in my opinion, I think there's arguments to be made on both sides.
Yeah.
But but just so people understand, like that, the way people invest their money, like these wealthy people, the way they do the things they do is dictated by the tax code, more or less.
Yeah.
Like it's the tax code is a way for the government to to influence people how they operate. The problem is it's cutthroat, and it's crazy.
Sure. Yeah.
But the other bigger problem is people just don't know that, and we're not taught that in school. And like it's like, feel how you want about it, but it's how America is, and we are not told about it. That's my opinion. Maybe we got a little in the weeds there, and I apologize for that. But
nah, you're good, bro. I get what you're saying. Is like, people there's certain ways to take advantage of what you got, and it's really just a matter of don't hate the play, hate the game.
Yeah, the game is terrible, but like we should be taught about it, at least if we're existing within it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and we're not.
Or fix a broken system. Like I'm all for living in a different system, in my opinion. Maybe that's a controversial thing to say. I'm all for that. But if we're existing in the system we're in, give everybody a fighting chance. Tell everybody how to excel in it. Yeah, I think it's really,
it should be taught
really greedy not to, and foolish, because it's inevitable that it'll collapse. But there's no system that is perfect. Every single system that has existed failed. Real quick.
Do you think that's done on purpose?
What?
They don't educate you on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it, right?
You're talking about omitting like financial education and like
why is that not
basically like really explaining
middle school?
I don't know, man. It's probably so convoluted. Like the reason why the curriculum is the way it is, it's probably multiple.
I kind of agree with you, bro. I kind of agree with you on some.
I think part of it is that for sure, but I think there's so many other things that influence the curriculum.
Because you know what, I think the idea is like, it's I don't know if this is the whatchamacallit, like the actual purpose of it, but like, it's evolution at work. The people who catch on, and the people that don't, well, they are now basically like slaves of the system. They're just gonna do the 9-to-5 thing, because there are people that do career 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what we're in. You're describing what we're in.
But there are some people, you know what I'm saying, who are privy to the information and are able to like invest or like create something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a million factors in there. I mean, we could that could.
I've never really thought about it before.
That could be a whole podcast. Man.
That could be. Yeah.
It really could, and that would be fun. Honestly, I would be down to dive into something like that. But that's not for now. You know what I mean? That's a lot, and I hope that I didn't offend anyone or like fucking crazy.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, should we do it?
No, we don't have time to.
No, all right.
All right, give me your top 5.
No. We're not doing top 5. We're not doing top 5. You want to do it?
Wait,
all right, hold on.
How does this go? What is this?
All right, so
wait, why are these? What are all these, bro?
Yeah, check it out. Hold on, I got you. I'm gonna tell you right now how it's going down. Ready?
All right, what's up?
All right. So just to explain, so Marty was looking over the printouts I made for both of us, and I kept the beginning and end section the same for us so that he couldn't see my questions. The last one is we're gonna rank 10 candies from the list that we made months ago. We were shooting the shit in the breezeway, and we were just like, yeah, it'd be funny to like just make a tier list for candy. We've got 100 candies here. We're going to do 10 right now, or maybe 5, depending on time and how this goes. So I have a random number generator. I have numbers associated with each candy on the list. So here we go. 6.
Okay, go.
What's 6?
What's 6?
Look at the list. What do we got here?
Heath. Brother.
Now where does that land on the this? We got S,
Brother.
which is the S tier, the high tier. A, B, C, D, like normal grades.
I've never eaten a Heath bar in my life. Have you eaten a Heath bar yet?
I have.
Really?
And I'll say Heath is like.
Is that good?
It's like it's C tier.
I've never tried it, so
it's definitely
okay.
Like it's scraping by C tier, bro. Like it's not good.
Okay.
All right,
Interesting.
let's
I've
cross
never
that
had
off.
That
You
before.
never had. You got to look it up. Are you sure? Are you sure?
I know what a heath
You know what it is?
bar
Okay,
Yeah, I've
all right.
never had that in my
Yeah,
life.
no, it's
Interesting.
terrible actually.
Uh,
It gets stuck in your
but
teeth.
it's not the worst.
It's not the worst though. It's definitely not the worst. It's D tier. It's solid D tier. All right, ready?
Okay.
3.
3.
Skittles.
Dude, Skittles?
Skittles, man. I think
And
I know.
we're talking about all the flavors, right?
Just like original Skittles pack.
Original
you get an
Skittles
original
pack.
Skittle pack. Solid. I would say.
I would say A or S, honestly.
Do A or S?
Yeah.
I was gonna say A or B.
Nah, I mean they're pretty timeless, bro. They've done great for themselves, bro.
Would you feel comfortable putting them in A?
Yeah, A, hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo, I'm yo.
Because what?
you gotta write it down, bro.
Oh,
Because
wait.
if we do more of these, we're gonna do 5 or 10 candies
So
each
wait,
time,
wait,
and we
so
have to have our
wait,
running
here?
list
Oh wait, where do I put this? Oh, in the back.
on the last one, and then
Okay, gotcha.
cross it out on the list because we know we hit it.
Got you. Oh, got you.
We have to order or tier all of these. Excuse me, candies.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah,
so
Skittles
we
are pretty
got
good actually.
Skittles.
Heath is basically trash.
And you put that in C?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. Heath bar. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. What do we got?
All right, ready?
Yeah.
What? Oh, hold on. I didn't have 1 to 100. I had 1 to 10. That's why the numbers have been so low. Fuck. All right, ready?
Yeah.
13.
3 Musketeers.
Three Musketeers, dude.
I like this actually. 3 Musketeers. Wow. Damn, I would put C or D tier, honestly.
Yeah, same, dude. I was thinking C. Like, it's not the worst, but it's like
It's not the worst.
when you know Snickers exists,
Yeah.
like you're gonna have a Snickers.
I'm cool.
over
I'm
a
cool.
fucking-
I'm cool with C tier on that.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
cool
do
with
that.
C tier.
Like, it's not bad, but it's just like you don't need it.
Did you ever get those like? I don't know, because we played soccer, so we used to get these chocolate selling kits.
Yeah.
Okay, and they would have 3 Musketeers, and we would sell them at the store, and those were the ones that always remained, bro, because nobody wanted.
Because
those
you have
shits.
Milky Way and you have Snickers.
and we
Like
have,
they're just
you have
that, but
Hershey
better.
bars.
Yeah.
Reese's. The Reese's were the first to go.
Dude, you don't have to tell me about Reese's, bro. All right, 59. Charleston Chew. Yo, I think when we were making the list, you didn't know what Charleston Chew was.
I think I might have had 1 or 2 before. I don't remember.
It's an old ass candy, but I'm telling you right now, it's actually I think it's actually pretty good.
I would have to try it, man. I would have to really give. I don't really.
All right, because
tell
you
you.
don't know what it
Could
is,
not
and
even
and
tell
maybe
you.
I'm fucking up, but
You think B tier?
I'll put it in B tier. Is
Wow.
that high? Is that too high? You think it's high?
I mean, like.
I mean, you haven't had it. Who the fuck are you?
Well, I would be impressed if it really was B tier.
Yeah, I feel.
I haven't had them. Do you want me to take your word for it?
No.
We're
We'll
gonna
go C.
try 'em.
We'll go C safe.
I mean, like.
Let's
you know,
go
just-
C.
You
to
think
be
it's
safe?
safe? You
We'll
think
go
it's
C
safe?
to be safe. I don't want to talk it up too much. I'd rather you be like, "Oh, this is better than I thought," than you're like, "Oh, he's hyping this up for nothing."
Charleston Chew. Okay. No, you're right. I haven't had it, so I can't even. I don't remember
All right,
having
here
it.
we go. 67. Mr. Goodbar.
Yo, those aren't bad.
No,
Those
they're
aren't
not
bad. You know what? I would put that B tier.
I would put a B tier.
That sounds about right.
I'd
right?
put a B tier. It's not a bad candy.
It's good.
I wouldn't go out of my
It's
way
not-
for it, but if it's there,
Right,
it's good.
That was part of the kit, I think.
Yeah. 91.
Okay, let's see this.
Yo, this is your. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Well,
Mamba?
Mamba.
What is that?
I haven't. I'm gonna be real. I haven't had it, but it sounds
What
like,
is it?
Sounds like a Starburst.
Oh,
I haven't had it though.
but is it like? I mean, Starburst might rank high. Is it
Theoretically, it should be good, right? I mean, how can you fuck up like a fruit chew?
If it's like look, man. You could fuck up a fruit chew if you tried.
I don't know. Well, yeah. So you know what? Maybe put an asterisk on that because none of us have tried.
I'll write it at the bottom. All right.
That's interesting.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. 69. Nice. Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
Ooh. Damn.
I think I know where that's going, bro.
Where's that going?
I want to see what you say. I have something in my head. I'll be honest.
I'm gonna be honest. I think A.
Same.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's a pretty strong.
It's so sweet, but it's so good.
I was gonna put that even S tier.
It could be. It could be.
But you know what?
It's a little too sweet. Like it's too you can't eat two of those. Like you can't like if you get like a big bar, one big bar is a lot.
Yeah.
But it tastes good. I'm not gonna lie.
A tier is definitely easy. Yeah.
A tier is solid.
Yeah.
59. Oh no, we did that. Sorry. Again, 83. Lemonheads.
Ooh.
You like Lemonheads?
They're not that bad.
Really? I haven't had a Lemonhead in fucking long. I'm thinking like fucking.
They're not that bad. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't had one in a while.
They're not that bad. Okay, so, damn.
Wait, let me look at these.
If I was saying realistically, right? I would say like C probably. Damn, nah. It's about B tier, bro. If we put Mr. Goodbar in B tier, it's about
B tier.
Yeah.
Yo, what? You're wild, dude.
Are they not?
These?
Yeah. They're decent, bro. They're fucking decent. Wait, you've had them before, right?
This?
Yeah.
Dude, what? They're just
weirdly kind of good, man.
Boring as hell, dude.
Okay, C tier.
All right, so no, hold on. I need to eat these. I can't put them on the list.
You've never had them.
Can't put them on the list, bro. But also
They're actually decent.
Hold on,
They're
we did put Charleston Chew on the list, so I'll take your word for
Charleston Chew is a C, so like
yeah.
C makes sense. You feel me? C makes sense.
You want to put them in C?
I'll put them in C.
I think C makes sense, but yeah. I think I've had them before, but I feel like they're just like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're like weirdly good, bro. Like it's weird. I don't know. They're weird.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many that was.
We got 7.
Oh,
right,
bad. Yeah, let's do 10, right?
Yeah.
With a. Oh, what? I lost the random number generator.
That's good, man. We're pretty much on the same track.
Oh yeah. And this is
10.
No. 52. Pez.
Ugh.
Pez is like C. I think it's C. You would say D though. I know you're gonna say D. When you're a kid, I feel like Pez is kind of cool because you can have like a little thing.
They're only cool because they're the fucking shits, bro. they're not really cool, bro.
Yeah, if it's the candy itself, I guess that's fair. But
they're like D tier, bro.
I want to defend Pez so bad right now, and I can't.
I'll put
it
between C and D, bro.
I can't write Pez and D, dude.
I'll put it between.
My hand
C
won't
and
let
D.
me do it. I'm gonna write it right in between, so I don't know. That's good. All right, here we go. 44.
Jesus.
Baby bottle pop.
Oh shit! What, bro? Honestly, I don't know. What do you think, bro? I'm gonna be honest. If you were to ask me, I'll put that bitch in D tier, bro, because it's not even good, bro. It's really just all marketing, bro. It's not even good. Put that bitch in D tier.
I'm down. Put it in D tier. Yeah, fuck that.
It's not good, bro. Like, it's really just marketing, bro. Like, it's not good.
They had a catchy song. All right, we get it.
Yeah.
12. Milky Way. All right, that might be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 11.
It's all good.
Milky Way. Milky Way.
Bro, honestly,
C tier, bro.
You think?
Maybe B.
I was gonna give it B tier.
Yeah, all right.
Let's go B tier. Yeah, because like think about it, it'll stack to a Mr. Goodbar.
Yeah, you're right. That's fair. That's super fair.
Yeah,
Because then
it's actually.
I think
decent.
I like to think that Snickers is the next level.
Oh,
Like,
for
it's like
sure, for
three-
sure,
three-
for sure.
And
Or
Snickers
would
is
you
probably.
would you put Snickers A tier?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think A is solid. Would
Nah,
you put
let
an
me-
S?
No. I would say. I would say Snickers is A tier. I'm just curious. What would you say is an S tier? Because I got something in my head right now.
Look. S is it's got to be cream of the crop. It's got to be something basically you're in the mood for all the time. Like doesn't matter what the hell's going on. Like you're gonna eat it.
Yeah.
And there are things like that, but I don't think there's gonna be a lot. Do you think
what's
what
your S tier?
Do you think what you're thinking is on the list? Do you remember the list we made? We got 100.
Well,
From
I'm
that
sure
day.
fruit by the fruit is on the list.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
your S tier.
That's my S tier.
Yeah?
That's my S tier.
It's a lot of work for some fruit snack. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I've always been a sucker for the fruit snacks. What's you? I'm just curious. What?
Yeah, I'm
What
trying to
would
think
be-
of
what would be
what I
Mike's
would put in
S tier,
S.
yeah.
I don't know. There are things. No,
Just out of
I got it.
curiosity. What?
Fast break. Fast break bar.
Fast break.
Big time,
Okay.
yeah.
I do like
The
Fast
Reese's
break.
bar with the nougat in it.
Wait. Oh, okay. No. Yeah. Okay. Oh shit! I've never
Yo,
tried
they're
that
slamming.
before. Reese's. Okay.
Reese's
okay.
fast break. That's
I'm
amazing.
gonna be honest. I'll put Reese's in S tier.
I would too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
I have
time.
to try the fast break. I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
They sell it at
You
Wawa
Yeah, you need to try
Okay.
one super stat like tonight.
tonight. I'm gonna go. I need
All
to
right,
get
what-
some food, honestly.
Yeah. What are you thinking? How do you want to? I mean, we're definitely rapping, I guess, right?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, this was a beautiful event, and honestly, you're blessed to be able to listen. We're gonna put this available to everybody on Euphony Machine's YouTube channel and
Yeah.
Maybe SoundCloud.
I'm not opposed. Down for both.
Just make it available, right? You know, and,
It'll definitely be on my channel. Maybe available on SoundCloud. Also.
it'd be cool if we could put this on like Apple Music or like Spotify.
Yeah, I'm sure we could figure out some distribution stuff for
Maybe
it.
we'll do something like that. I don't know. But yes, it's been a pleasure. Euphony After Dark. In a build.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you.